My Minecraft Story by Nathaniel. Chapter 3. Steve woke up in a cage on a ship some days later. After surviving on only the bread he had been carrying, he saw that the cage was made from stone, the same kind he mines with his pickaxe, but his pickaxe was lost. Thinking fast, he decided to punch his way out through the wooden floor. It took days, weeks, but he finally made a hole from his cage to the ocean. At night he jumped down the hole and swam away. When Lord Enderman came to check on Steve, he was furious that he was missing. After escaping, Steve had to start over. He had nothing. Plotting his revenge, Steve decided to lure his enemies into a trap, a prison, to be exact. He made a labyrinth leading to it, knowing that he could lead Lord Enderman into it by revealing himself. Lord Enderman arrived with a horde of Endermen. He commanded them to attack. Then, finally, Lord Enderman pushed Steve into a corner. That was when Steve activated the trap. His enemies were all standing exactly where he wanted them to be. Instantly they found themselves encased in water. They looked everywhere for a place to escape, but Steve had patched every piece. There was nowhere to teleport to. The Endermen knew that they were trapped. Steve had no idea he was about to be outsmarted. Lord Enderman was a hologram this whole time he was in the maze. At that moment, the real Lord Enderman arrived and teleported them all out of the labyrinth. Steve was shocked, but he had heard of this. There were legends that Lord Enderman could copy himself. Steve decided to hide away in the end. Luckily he had a pair of wings and could glide up to create a place above the void. Nothing can survive in the void. The void is dark and kills all that enter its wrath. Nothing is safe. Lord Enderman saw Steve building his new base above the void. Lord Enderman knew of an Enderman sport of jumping off of the islands and escaping the wrath of the void by teleporting out of there. Lord Enderman commanded all Endermen to destroy Steve's base by throwing all of the blocks into the void. Steve figured this out and used fireworks to launch himself back to the portal he came from. He built a new castle with a house inside, but suddenly, after laying the last block, a glow came into the sky and shined down. From the glow appeared Herobrine *. Don't search the origin story of Herobrine. It is too scary. Chapter 4. Herobrine destroyed the castle and with a flick, he teleported the house to another dimension, a secret dimension, the void dimension. Herobrine deleted the portal and teleported them all back to the overworld. When Lord Enderman found out his prisoners were gone and the portal deleted, he was furious. He knew of only one who had the power to do this, Herobrine, a mythical creature with godlike powers. Lord Enderman reported to Lord Wither about his prison being deleted. Together they decided join forces with the Mutant Ravager. The Mutant Ravager was born in an experiment in the past and had gained mighty powers. It ruled over the overworld. Nothing could fight it. It was unstoppable. The Mutant Ravager commanded all of the mobs to attack all of the people. It was feared by everyone. Steve had nowhere to be in his dimension. They all wanted Steve dead at this point. The Mutant Ravager brought all the power of the overworld. Lord Wither brought his gigantic army and Lord Enderman brought all his Endermen. Together they were known as Death, the god of the world. Long ago, when Herobrine was born, he could not figure out his abilities and caused chaos. He had been trapped by Death in an alternate dimension with no way out. For years, Herobrine had heard about Steve and knew that he needed protection, so had spent time enhancing his teleportation abilities until he could create portals to teleport through dimensions. The light that Steve had seen was the light of the portal Herobrine came through. Herobrine had enhanced his abilities so well that he could cause chaos in a dimension he wasn't even in. Death teleported to the unknown dimension. Lord Enderman could do this even though the portal had been deleted because he is so powerful. However, when they got there, Herobrine was gone. They searched the whole dimension. He was nowhere to be found and they feared the worst. Herobrine had escaped to help Steve.